Welcome. I am Vuyani from Let's Check In. Today I'm excited to introduce to you our new podcast, Let's Check In SMME Edition. Now, this podcast is established to help bridge the information gap within the SMME community. We will bring you expert advice and practical tools on how to run a business. So if you want to start your business, grow your business, or even exit it someday, this is a podcast that you want to tune into. We will air our episodes every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock. So if you want to start, grow, and exit your business someday, please, I encourage you, join in. Let's learn together. Until next time. Lerato,
Yes.
how are you checking in?
I am checking in well. How are you?
I am better than the last time.
Healed from your flu?
Yeah,
Good,
just a
good.
bit of a sinus that is still,
Yeah.
harassing me.
Ish.
But I'm overcoming it soon. I just learned that there's a massage, for the sinuses that I can apply onto myself to relieve myself.
That's good.
I'm gonna try that when I get home.
Yes.
How
Or
was
you can
it?
get your wife to massage you. Just a suggestion.
Yeah, I don't know if she's keen.
No, just put it out there. You never know.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try.
I'll give it a try. You never know. I might
Never know.
get lucky.
Yeah, I never know.
You're right.
Just be careful the mosquitoes don't bite you.
Ooh, large ones. Large ones. The size of you, man. Okay, let's get back to this one. See, now I'm losing my train of thought. The UIF, that's what we're talking about. Let's
Yes.
get back to this. Unemployment Insurance Fund.
Yes.
What is that?
So unemployment insurance fund is literally insurance for when employees lose their employment. So it's the responsibility of the employer to insure the employees in the event that they may lose their employment for certain reasons.
So it's like a masngcwabane for for employers.
We don't have to go to the dark side, but sure, for sake of explanation, yes, something like that.
To make it basic for the South. Remember now, we started a business with someone who didn't know the CIPC.
True.
And
true.
that person doesn't know these complexities. They are trying to understand, Now there's a UIF.
Yeah.
Okay, unemployment insurance.
What is that?
What is that?
Okay.
Yeah. And who is the custodian of the UIF?
So UIF is part of labor compliance, so it's the Department of Labor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And why is it important for an employer who sometimes or most of the times is an SMME? Why is it important for that person to understand the UIF?
It's important whether you're an SMME, startup, or a big corporate to understand UIF because it's about a responsibility as an employer. When you have employees, you have a certain level of responsibility.
Okay.
And you have many responsibilities. One of them, ensuring the employees in case of events like retrenchment, when you're not planning for your company to close down or to downsize, and
Yes.
employees lose their job due to operational requirements, then at least you've ensured them that at least for the next 3 or 4 months, they can have some sort of income while they search for their next job.
Yeah, like when we had the pandemic
Exactly.
a few years back.
Exactly.
It became really a wake-up call for many employers.
That if you had registered your people on UIF, they would have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And other than us having an insurance for a person who loses their job, is there any other benefits that are, part of the package of the UIF?
So there are benefits for the UIF, and I don't know if people are aware of them. They do have a death benefit. They have a
Okay.
benefit for people know that you can go to the UIF for maternity when you're on maternity leave to claim
Yes.
for maternity, but you can also do that for an adoption when you're adopting.
Okay.
You can also claim from the UIF. And they also have death benefits as well, illness benefits.
Okay.
So you just have to find the process. Some of them, the application process is quite long, but there are some other benefits that the UIF has.
Okay. All right. This is interesting and something I didn't know. Rona re tseba fela, we are doing it for when you lose your job or when somebody goes on maternity or paternity.
Yes, paternity.
Please
yes.
remember us.
Yes, gender equality.
Gender, yes. The other gender as well. And so what are the, how do I register, you know, for the UIF?
So I think another question would be, when must you register? Ne? Before,
Yes.
how do I register? And when you must register is when you have an employee that works for you for at least 24 hours in a month.
Okay.
So, got to repeat that, 24 hours in a month. If they are working, let's say, 3 hours here, 4 hours there, and it equates to 24 hours in a month.
Even if it's 1 hour, that becomes 24 hours
in a
over.
month. You must register them for UIF. They qualify to be on UIF. And how you register with UIF is you have to have a UI number. Your company, you must register your company, it must have a UI number, and you go onto their website. You go onto their website and you register online, and then you also register your employee as well. So you put your employee details, their ID number, their name, those details of the employer, of your employee.
Okay.
And I know there was a time recently their online system was not working. I don't know if they're upgrading or what was happening, but you couldn't upload on their website, on the online platform, but you could use their email address. They do have a manual email address. So if the online platform is not working, don't think, I'm exempt because the online platform is not working. There's a manual process as well.
I can't use that as an excuse.
No,
you know, if somebody loses their job and they go to the labor department, I can't come and say, but your website was not.
Yeah, you can't. There's a manual system.
You can also go to the nearest labor department to
100%.
Get more information on that.
100%.
Okay. And so now we know that for you to register, you need to go there. Let's talk about, and I want to talk about this in passing, but I think it's important.
Okay.
There are people I hire. I'm employed, you know, I'm not running any business, and I hire a domestic worker. Do I need to register the domestic worker for UIF? Am I regarded as an employer, although I'm not an entrepreneur?
That's a good question, because you don't have a registered company where you've hired this domestic worker under. Yes. But also remember, domestic workers do have rights. Domestic workers can go to the CCMA and claim any unfair dismissal or unfair labor practice. Yes. So in that regard, I would say if they work more than 24 hours in a month,
I need to register them.
Register them on UIF. All you're doing is protecting the employee. Okay. That's why I say employer has responsibilities. Yeah. You know, when you have employees, it's almost like you adopting children. Yeah. Not to offend anyone, not to say people are not mature or anything like that, but you have to now protect this employee. You must make sure they are safe. You must make sure they're insured, you know. So it would be the responsible thing to do. Okay.
So the only person who is exempted from this is an independent service provider.
Yes, because they're providing a service with their own skill set and abilities.
So if I get a guy to come and build a wall or to paint my house, that person does not, although they work more than 24 hours, they are not employees.
No, they are providing you with a service.
With a service.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so now we know where to register. And how do I make a payment now? Now I've registered for my employee for UIF. How do I make a payment?
So before you make a payment, you must know how much you're going to pay.
Yeah.
So the UIF contribution, it's called a contribution. So you must contribute 2% to your employee's UIF. The 1% comes from your side, and the other 1% comes from the employee's gross salary. So it's the gross salary of your employee, 2% of the gross salary of the employee. 1% from your side, 1% from their side, makes 2%, and that gets paid to SARS.
Okay. Yeah. To SARS. Or
you can pay through the Department of Labor, but also you can pay through SARS as well. I like working through SARS because then everything is up to date. SARS can say, hey, you missed a payment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can an individual also, because now I'm thinking this talks to both
the entrepreneur and an individual who's having a domestic worker, can they also go to SARS, or should they stick with the Labor Department? Because now they don't have a tax clearance, or they're not registered for any other taxes except for
the one who has
a
domestic worker, remember they're not a company. They registered with a personal tax.
Okay.
So
it's still doable that way.
For me, it's a bit complicated. Yes, you have an employee in your employment, but you're not an employer. And that domestic worker does have employee rights.
Yes.
So I would recommend you speak to your SARS consultant and just get advice on what is the best way forward
to go about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so you're saying it's 1% from the employer and the 1% from the employee. Can I choose to make it more? Can I pay? If the guy that I've employed says I want to pay 2%, is it like a savings account? Can I treat it like an investment?
I don't think so. I think this question would be better posted to an accountant.
Okay.
To give you advice on how the monetary contributions change.
Yeah.
With unemployment insurance fund. I don't believe that if you pay more, you get more out of the UIF, because the UIF also puts restrictions on how much can be paid out to you.
Okay.
So I don't believe if you pay more, they will pay out more.
All right. We are going to have a session with an accountant later. So anyone who's asking themselves this question, wait. There is an episode where we'll answer it.
Yeah.
How do I get a payout? Now I've been paying for my UIF for the past 5-10 years, or 15 years, or now it's 2 months and there's a pandemic, and I need to claim.
So firstly, there must be a termination that has happened, or a break, or a maternity leave is not a termination, but your employment stops for at least 4 months.
Yeah.
So there must be some sort of a termination. And then you have to see what is the reason for termination. Because UIF does not pay out if you absconded from work or if you resigned. But they pay out for other forms of termination, like retrenchment. Or even dismissal. They pay out for that. So if you are now terminated from your employment, your employer should fill out a UI-19 form. UI-19 form, with all your details as well as a salary schedule, and then submit that to the UIF, so that when you go to the UIF office to claim, your records are on the system and you have the necessary documents in order to claim.
What is a salary schedule?
It's literally a schedule of all the salary you've been getting every month.
Okay, and that the employer would issue me with.
Yes, and these templates.
If I get.
Yes. And these templates are available on the Department of Labor site. So if you're an employer or a small business and you're not sure where you're going to get the UI-19, what's the salary schedule, what must be in the salary schedule, there are templates that you can get on the Department of Labor site for everything that you need. And they're not stringent templates. Like the UI-19 is a one-pager, the salary schedule is a one-pager.
Yeah.
It's the normal details of the employee that you put in, the start date, end date, the name, surname, ID, reason for termination, salary schedules, or what have they been getting every month.
Okay. If I resign, now I'm not terminated. I decide, you know what, I don't like my boss. I don't like how he talks to me. I'm resigning. Can I? First of all,
that's not a good reason to resign. Just because you don't like how your boss talks to you. But yes, should you resign, you can't claim abscondment and resignation. You now terminated yourself.
Okay.
You see, like it was a choice. Imagine somebody resigning because they don't like how their boss speaks to them. There's other processes you can follow if you don't like how your boss speaks to you, other than resignation.
We will talk about
that in HR topics.
Under HR, yes.
Grievance procedure.
Yes.
Intent.
So, and this is what I've learned. I see a lot, we do sometimes have people that we employ who resign out of whatever reason they are resigning for, and then they come back and they say, I want to go and claim for my UIF, only to find out, shame, they're unable to claim. And by then they've submitted their resignation and it has been accepted. And now I can't help you at that point, you know. Let's talk a bit about maternity, you know. For someone who is now going on to on maternity, and they need to now claim for the UIF, you know, while they're on maternity, how does that work?
So you need your UI-19.
Okay.
And on the UI-19 form, you can select the type of termination. So maternity and paternity, there's a box that you check for that. And you still submit your salary schedule. And with maternity, you'd also submit your maternity leave form to see, or your doctor's note to say, when are you going off on maternity and when should you return to work. So basically the timeline of when you'll be away from work. And you submit that to the UIF. If they need any other supporting documents, they'll let you know what else they need. And then, then that's how you submit your claim.
Okay, all right. And can I choose, if the employer chooses not to register the employee for UIF, what should the employee do?
The employee should communicate it to the employer that they haven't been registered on UIF and they would like to be registered on UIF. I try to choose a good word there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like go and be like, hey, register me. Communicate nicely.
Or call the cops on them.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the extreme. You know, highlight it, because sometimes maybe it got slipped from the process. I don't see how, because every month you're actually supposed to submit your employee schedule.
Sometimes people are not aware, you know. There's people who've been running businesses that are informal. There's people who've been running businesses without really knowing that there's, you know, UIF that you need to register for. So as an employee, shame, you're watching this podcast and you're hearing about this UIF. And you're not like, you're thinking, no, man, I'm not registered for this thing. Let me go sue this guy.
Yeah, I don't have to sue the guy. Just ask nicely.
Yeah.
If he refuses, that's another topic.
Make them aware that
I
need to be registered for this. And it's important, I mean, for the both of us,
yes.
I think. If the employer chooses not to register the employee, are there consequences to this?
Yes. It's all part of compliance. So if you have employees that have worked for you for more than 24 hours in a month and you don't register them on UIF, you are non-compliant. Non-compliance comes with penalties. It comes with having to comply and then backdating any payments. So if you think you've gotten away for it for 20 years and then one day the employee insists and then reports you, you're going to have to back pay that UIF for all those years you haven't been paying it. So, and also even criminal charges can be laid against you. Non-compliance carries a heavy toll. Hence, when you're an employer, you have to understand you have responsibilities.
Okay. On this one, I'm actually going to speak for the employee a lot.
Okay.
If now I have been working for the employer for a while, and I think this way it will help the employer understand some of the consequences and some of the things that they think they can get away with that they actually can't. If I'm employed for 10 years and then the employer does not register me for UIF, and then at some point they terminate my employment, but they don't issue me with a UI-19. They don't issue me with a salary schedule. Can I still go to the labor department and say, but guys, I've been working for this company for so long and I'm here to claim. I don't have anything. What's
nice about labor law is that is the place where employees can go. Whether you're going to get a satisfactory outcome, that's another question. Yes, you can go and state this, but what the UIF will say is that you are not registered for 10. We don't see you employed because they go back 4 years.
Okay.
To see if you've been registered for the past 4 years. And if it's almost like insurance, like insurance, it's a long term. You pay every month, every time until the time you need to claim.
Yes.
Because your claim amount is dependent on also your duration. So they go back 4 years just so they can qualify for the amount that UIF gives. And if your record is not there and you want to claim, they can't assist you. They're going to tell you, go to your employer, let them update your record, update the payment, then come back.
Okay. All right. So essentially, but then they can go back to their employer and say, here's your employee here who is saying they're here to claim and you did not register them.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a problem. So essentially, please register your people onto the UIF. It's only 1%. I don't think it's a lot. And you both contribute towards it.
Yeah, 1% from you, 1% from the employee.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
I think we're going to keep it here because this is just an introduction for somebody who has started a business a few weeks back to understand that there's something called the UIF.
Yes.
We'll get into the 101, UIF 101 and UIF 102 at a later stage. I want us to talk about your event quickly. You have a training that is coming in the next few weeks.
Yes.
Can you quickly talk about it?
So we're running a series at Modise Training Academy on compliance training. In October, it was CIPC. And this month, it's SARS.
Okay.
Introduction to SARS compliance. So the 13th of November is the first date for the training. And then in December, we'll be doing labor law compliance. We will touch on the UIF, and what we're discussing today will be touched in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I do want to encourage you, if you are watching this, please make sure to join this training. I think it will be helpful for you as a business person, especially if you're starting out.
And can I say, the SARS training is for free.
It is free of charge. So but thanks a lot for all the work that you're doing, Lerato. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it. And until next time, we're talking about COIDA. Next, we're talking about COIDA.
We're going through a journey of labor law compliance because there's so much.
There is a lot.
There is a lot.
Maybe we need to start releasing episodes.
It must be an
more
episode.
frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll look into that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Lerato.
Thank you.
Until next time.